Hey there, Facebook. Hello. How are you doing today? This is Kendra of KendraKWoods.com. And so I had plans to do a live stream today from the beach. And I did go to the beach today, and I did a training for my group, Epic Boss Babes. We had a live training today that I did for them, and so I did their training at the beach. And I thought that I would do my live stream from the beach today, but my phone battery was not having it. So here we are in my car at the bus stop waiting for my daughter to get home. And so I wanted to just come on really quick and just share some things with you that are on my mind, some things that I was thinking about earlier today, and just what I'm learning as I continue to grow my business and do the work, behind the scenes to grow a successful business. And the title of today's live stream is kind of long because there's so much that I want to say, but the gist of what I want to share with you today is that the biggest piece that I know and that I need, that I really desire for you to know, especially as a businesswoman, either online or even if you have a brick and mortar store, is that when you go into business for yourself, it is really essential for you to understand that this is a long-term thing, right? Launching a business and being successful in business is not something that just happens in the first 6 months, in the first year, sometimes 2 years. It takes you really focusing on, okay, what is my long-term vision? Where am I trying to go? And always keeping that in the forefront of your mind, right? And I'm sharing this with you from a space of just from my own experience, because I'm very impatient when it comes to my goals and getting the results that I desire. It's, I'm one of those people that, when I start working on something, when I start putting my focus on something, I expect results like right now, quick, right? And if they don't happen, if it's not happening as quickly as I believe that it should happen, I can sometimes find myself just getting frustrated. And I share that with you because I had to kind of, talk to myself in this way and say, look, Kendra, it's not about how fast you get there, right? It's about, maintaining your focus and continuing to get up every single day and do the work and show up and be consistent and never stopping and continuing to keep moving forward and always having that trust and that faith, right? And a big part of that, a big part of being able to do that is to always be cultivating and growing and strengthening your mindset, right? And what I'm finding is that as I continue to grow, as I continue to work on my mindset, hey guys, let me know who's there so I can shout you out. Thank you for watching. As I continue to grow and work on my mindset and grow my mindset and heal the things inside of me that need to be healed and all that good stuff, what I'm realizing is that there's always layers. Like there's always like another layer, right? And me being the kind of person that I am, who has such big, huge dreams, right? And who is always constantly looking to achieve and to grow and to meet her goals and to be successful. I found myself sometimes getting frustrated with always having to go back and be like, oh my gosh, now this came up, now I need to work on it. And what I have learned and what I am doing now, what I want to share with you is to shift, your perspective, to shift your mindset around that and understand that as you continue to grow, as you continue to uncover different parts of you and the bits and pieces of you that need to grow, that need to shift, that it's not something that, that you need to do or have to do, but instead looking at it from a space of this is something that I get to do. I get to, on a daily basis, tap into myself and see what it is that may be causing me some resistance, and see what it is that I may be doubting or that I may be not fully putting my energy behind, and questioning it and getting curious about it. And that is, a big piece of being successful, creating your following online, building your tribe, your community. A big piece of that is, you doing the work on yourself to strengthen and up level those parts of you that maybe feels like you can't do it, or that you're not good enough to do it, or, that what you have to share with the world is not that important. And so we constantly always have to be working on our mindset, what's going on inside of ourselves, looking at, am I not stepping up because I feel afraid of failure, or that I don't feel good enough, right? So it's always looking into those things and realizing that this process of building a business is a process. It is a growth process. It is a growing process, right? Like, you've got to continually understand that you're going to be growing, and that as you grow, your business grows, right? And so one of the things that has come to me, this is a new month. Today is February 1st, and I've got this pull inside of me to just really focus on and getting even more clear around what I want my business to look like, what I want it to be about, how I want my clients and my tribe to feel when they interact with me, with my brand, looking at, all the programs that I've created, and really, looking at if this is definitely and truly what it is that I want to share with the world, and just kind of like stepping back for a moment and observing how far I've come thus far, and focusing on now, okay, where do I want to leap to from here, right? I hope that makes sense. But what I want you to get from this message today is that it takes a tremendous amount of trust and faith, and it also takes getting comfortable with fear and not allowing fear to be in the driver's seat, but instead you recognizing that fear is there. Yes, I see you. Yes, I feel nervous about this, but still being able to put that aside and do what it is that you're being called to do. So it's kind of like lifting up that blanket of fear and getting to the truth of what it is that you need to be doing, and then doing that thing, right? Always looking at what is the thing that you need to be doing next that feels good for you. And that brings me to this point here that I am continually evolving into, is that, my belief around business and around, even when I was in school and college, or even in corporate, my mindset was always around the hustle, always around the grinding, always around the doing, always around the push, exhaust yourself, put all of your, energy into it, which then would lead to what? Burnout. And what I'm learning on this side of the fence, being a business for myself, is that, yeah, you can do business that way. But for me, I don't want to do business that way. I don't want to, stress myself out and always feel like I have to grind and push and, not honor those parts of me that need that need my attention, right? And so what I see is that, you guys, in business, you don't have to grind and push and be stressed and worried. Like, that is doesn't have to be a part of business if you don't want it to be. And it's a choice that you get to make. And, today I've decided for myself that, I'm reminding myself, really, because I said this in January, I'm reminding myself that business gets to be fun, right? Business gets to be enjoyable. Business gets to be something that, just feels good. Sure, there's work that needs to be done. Sure, there's things behind the scenes that I get to work on. But even while I'm doing that, still having a mindset of, does this feel good to me? Does this feel in alignment for me? And am I having fun with it? So to grow your business, to grow your income, to increase your impact, to, have the influence you desire to have, I mean, in my opinion, it's like you'd want that to be fun, right? So it's like you've got to get to that place of looking at, is this fun? Is this fun? Am I enjoying it? Might it take you some time, or maybe more time than what you thought, to get where you desire to be? Maybe. But you get to make the choice of how you receive that. Do you receive that from a place of, scarcity and angst and impatience? Or do you receive that from a space of believing it's going to happen? I know it's going to happen, and just continuing to do the work. And that's one thing I heard last night as I was laying in bed last night, and I heard God tell me, he said, Kendra, I just need you to simply believe. I need you just to believe. Believe that the vision I have given you of, being an international speaker, of, impacting, millions of lives around the world through your business, of being a best-selling author, of, traveling to all of these different places, of being able to give back, to your community and to your church and to other people. Please believe that vision that I've given to you and continue to do what you can do every single day, holding that belief steadfast in your mind that you are going to get there. And so my question for you is, what if you just simply decided to believe in your vision, not to question it, not to sit and wonder, well, when is it going to happen? Or why hasn't it happened? Or didn't happen the way I thought it would happen? And, how much longer is it going to take? Instead of looking at it from that perspective, just choosing to simply believe, and then to get up every single day and do your work, right? Continue to reprogram your mind, continue to heal the parts of you that need to be healed, because as you do that, you begin to see the path before you unfold. And it's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. And, one of the things that I came into 2018 with is that, yes, I have goals. I have pretty big goals for this year that I want to achieve. But I'm constantly reminding myself that I'm not going to sit and worry about the how. I'm not going to sit and worry about how this is going to happen. I'm going to allow God and the God, creator, universe, to do what he does best, right? And allowing it to be enjoyable, allowing the journey to be enjoyable, and allowing it to unfold how it's supposed to unfold without me getting in the way and slowing up the process, right? Because that's what we can tend to do sometimes, is just we see it moving along, and then what do? We get in the way. We're like, it's working. And then we get all like, excited and back into that whole push mode of things, and it actually slows down the process even more. So for me, that is that is something that I'm learning to do, is just to kind of ease back a little bit, right? When I begin to see, like I did in January, like January was, for me, like a really awesome and amazing month of just surrender, and not really being focused on the how, but just continuing to focus on my goals and doing the things I know that I needed to do, and allowing the how to unfold itself. It was absolutely amazing. And so I have to keep reminding myself, okay, Kendra, just let it continue to unfold. Let it continue to unfold. It's almost like, and I get it, you get excited. We all get excited when we start seeing things kind of come into place and come into form. But it's like, if you're baking a cake, you can't keep opening the oven every time you see the cake, starting to rise, because if you do, what's going to happen? It's going to fall, right? And so you've got to just allow yourself to ease back and tap into your faith, tap into your trust, and know that it's going to happen and it's going to take place. And I think that's probably the hardest thing for us to do, especially when you're an overachiever. You've been conditioned to push and drive. That can be really challenging to do. And so you get to strengthen your faith muscles, strengthen your trust muscles, and trust that what you're hearing inside, that is what you need to be doing. Business is really, it's an inside game, you all. It is an inside game. And the moment that you forget that it's an inside game, or you think that, okay, I've got this, and you start functioning from a space that's outside of you, that is when you begin to kind of see things get a little shaky, and things start, taking place that make you uncomfortable and that you're not happy with. Another thing that I want to talk to you about today too is around this idea of resistance. I heard something, it was actually today. I was listening to this training, and the two women were talking about resistance and what resistance is and manifesting and all that good stuff, right? And one of the women said something that totally just clicked, right? You know how you have heard something so many times, but then you hear somebody else say it a different way and it just clicks? Well, she said, manifesting, like when you think about manifesting your desires, when you have zero resistance to something, you can manifest something really quick, right? When you have zero resistance around, manifesting the pair of shoes that you want, or, I don't know, calling in, 2 or 3 clients in the, for the month. When you have no resistance around that, it happens, right? And so what she said is, in order to speed up your results, it's important to always be addressing your resistance, right? If you can address, again, it goes back to the inside. If you can address the resistance that's going on inside of you and really start to get curious and investigate, the things that are going on within you that's holding you back from where you want to be. When you start working on that and pulling back those layers and moving that resistance out the way, that's when you get quicker. That's when the results come to you quicker, right? That's when your manifestations start to happen quickly. It's whenever you move and take out and remove the resistance, right? And that resistance comes in the form of your limiting beliefs. It comes in the form of you not feeling worthy. It comes in the form of you not feeling like you're good enough. It comes in the form of, fear. It comes in the form of procrastination. It comes in the form of, not feeling like you deserve it, right? So all of these stories that we create on the inside of us, in our inside environment, all those things that we create in there is literally what clogs up the flow from the things that you desire being manifested through you. So that is why it is ever so important to always be doing your inner work every day, tuning in. What's going on? How do I feel? Why do I feel this way? Last night I had, yesterday was it was a good day yesterday, but then last night after I did my training for my group, I was so exhausted. My body was just I'm done, right? I picked my daughter up from the bus stop, which was typically it's at 4:30 when her bus comes, and we went home. I got her a bath, I took me a shower, did her homework, got dinner together, and literally by 6 o'clock, I was ready to go to bed. I was just so done. I was moody and irritable, and I'm like, what is going on, right? And my first thought was, well, I wonder if it has anything to do with the full moon and all that stuff. But then I was just like, you know what, Kendra? No, you just need to go lay down, reset yourself, go to sleep, right? I ended up staying up though, because I wanted to watch a movie with my husband, but I really was just on the inside going, what's going on? Let's not create this momentum. We don't want to create the momentum of, this negative emotions that are going on. We've got to switch this, right? And so instead of me continuing to focus on how moody I was feeling and how irritable I was feeling, I was like, okay, I'm just going to focus on just being pleasant, right? Just being pleasant, not being overexcited, over the top, but just being pleasant, right? But if we don't tune in to what's going on inside of us and we allow it to just continue to spiral, that's when you start to see yourself spiraling into these, negative beliefs or negative thoughts or disempowering emotions. And then you continue to do that day after day after day. Then what are you going to get? You're going to get that right back because you're telling the universe, this is what I want, right? So, and the same thing happens in the opposite direction when you can get in that positive, space and build that momentum. So it's all about, how you are feeling and what's going on inside of you. So that's just a little bit about what I wanted to share with you today. And, I hope that you found this to be useful. And what I would like for you to do is leave me a comment, or any questions you may have, and let me know what your thoughts are. right? What came up for you? What resonated with you? What challenges are you facing right now, like in your business, that you are working on overcoming? I want to know those things, so share them with me. I love to read all of your comments and interact with you that way. And starting next week, I've got to let you know this too. Starting next week, February the 8th, I don't know what day that's on, but February the 8th is when my new program called Breakthrough Your Business Blocks will start. It's a 7-week program, and what it is around, it's around your mindset. It's around cultivating and strengthening your mindset so that you can think like and embody the mindset of a powerful boss babe, right? A woman who is successful, who is getting the results that she desires, who, knows how to handle her, inner chatter and negative self-talk, who overcomes that, who creates a mindset of growth, of success. We're going to be talking about and working on your wealth consciousness, right? And working through any blocks you have around money, looking at your money story, increasing, your money mindset, looking at, where you may be out of alignment where it comes to money. We're also going to be looking at the strategic side of business as well. So looking at your, identifying who your soulmate client is, how to message to your soulmate client, what types of products to create for your soulmate client, that will sell, that they will buy. And it's 7 weeks. So you have 7 weeks together. You get one live training every single week. You got full support of me. You'll also have the Facebook group that'll be there to support you. All of the, worksheets, exercises, all that good stuff to really help you to take your business to its next level, right? And regardless of what that next level is for you. Your next level in business could be to launch your business. It could be to get your first few clients. It could be to have your first 5-figure month. It could be to create your first program, product, or service, right? Whatever that is for you, this 7-week program is going to help you do that, all right? So if you're interested and it resonates with you, I'm going to leave the link in the comments. You can check it out. And if you have questions around it, just send me a message. I'll be more than happy to answer those questions for you and ensure that this is an aligned and good fit for you. Okay, so I'm going to get off of here. My daughter's bus should be coming around any moment. So have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for joining me and for watching. Those that are watching live, those that are watching the recording, thank you for being here, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, bye.